As of today, Tesla only sells 5 different paint options. How do you choose which one you should get? I'm going to break it down and I'm going to specifically talk about the Model 3 here, but these kind of apply to the other cars too. I'm going to work to earn your like and subscribe by the end of this video. Starting off with a solid black paint. This, in my opinion, is actually the best looking on the Model 3 when it's sparkling clean. Unfortunately, black paint is very famous for collecting the most dirt and showing damage the best. The paint itself is not metallic, it's the thinnest paint option that Tesla sells currently. So any scratches will very quickly show what's underneath. On the same topic of showing the dirt the quickest, I have a friend who has a black Model 3 and he subscribes to a car wash locally. And he goes and gets his car washed every 2 days just to keep it looking pretty fresh. And it works, but be aware that owning a black car, there's a little bit of extra cleaning that goes into it. Also keep in mind that the darker the paint, the more the heat retention. And especially black, there's nothing darker. So if you live somewhere in like a hotter climate like I do in Las Vegas, then once it gets to the summer months, your car will be losing extra battery trying to cool down the interior cabin and trying to keep your battery safe because all that black paint is collecting all the heat from the sun. Number 2, Midnight Silver Metallic. I actually own the Midnight Silver Metallic. It's the first metallic color that is kind of the most standard and low profile. It's the closest to the standard silver that Tesla does not sell anymore. And it was the most popular selling paint for a few different time periods in the course of the Model 3 being sold. At the time I got my car in 2018, it was the color that was the highest estimate for resale value, which was one of the bigger reasons I bought it. But it also happens to be color matched with the under wheel portion of the 18-inch aero wheels. When you remove those caps, it has a very similar paint underneath. The only difference is that the Midnight Silver Metallic paint on the car has a blue flake in it, and the paint on the wheels has a white flake in it, which is something you only really notice if you look really closely. From a distance, they look exactly the same color. This is one of the 2 best dirt hiding colors along with the white paint, and it complements the satin chrome trim on the car really well. If it's a lighter gray satin trim around the car, the darker gray paint looks pretty cool. Number 3, the Pearl White Multi-Coat. And checking in real fast, have I earned your like and subscribe yet? This is the free option, and it hides dirt really well. So yeah, it's a really popular color. It wasn't always the free option. This changed about a year ago, and it went from being a $2,000 price to a free price. And so now you'll see a lot more white Model 3s on the road. The white is extra popular if you're looking at the white on white combo with the white interior. It looks extremely futuristic and it definitely has an aesthetic that is very unique to the Model 3. It also reflects light the best of any paint option, especially in hotter climates. So if you do live somewhere hot like I do, then the white is probably a pretty attractive option. And the white paint complements the silver, chrome, and the rest of the wheel options that you can pick for the Model 3 really well. It looks great with the darker 18-inch arrows, it looks great with the silver 19 inches, and if you get a performance, then those dark gray wheels still look pretty cool. Number 4, the blue metallic paint. This is one of the standout colors along with the red paint, and this is the most dynamic paint option that Tesla sells. Meaning if you're looking at it in the showroom or if you're looking at it in a garage, it's going to look a very different shade of blue, like a deeper blue, than it does in the sunlight where it looks like a very bright royal blue. This is the most significant color difference in the dark and in the light of any of the paint options Tesla sells. And of course, blue is a classic color. Blue happens to also be the most contrasting to the Tesla theme that you can go. The Tesla colors, of course, being red, white, and gray. If you're going blue, then you're very much going against the grain. There are a lot of blue accessories out there that you can get for a blue car, and it looks really cool when you accessorize the car right. You can get some blue lights on the interior, you can get puddle lights done, you can get blue wraps for the center console, you can even get some powder coating done to your wheels with some blue or just some blue accents. There's really cool options for blue. And lastly, the red multi-coat paint. This is the most expensive one, and it's kind of the prestigious paint because it's the Tesla red. It is a multi-coat paint, so just like the white paint, it is literally multiple coats of paint, so it will last the best. Red paint looks extraordinary in the sun, and it glistens. You'll see a lot of people talk about how good the red looks, especially during something like a sunset. And the red is also famous because it being the Franz von Holzhausen signature color. Franz, when he likes to get his cars, he gets them red with white interior. So if you ever get to have a conversation with a group of fanboys, you'll probably hear someone mention that they have a red and white car just because that's like the fanboy colors now. There is a stigma that red paint does attract more attention from police, especially if you are speeding, and that you're likely to get more speeding tickets in the car. There are a lot of studies on this that red does attract attention of people very easily, And so if you're the kind of person that has a heavy foot, you might want to be aware of that. And it's worth saying that in the short term, the red paint, even though it's more expensive and it might add more value to your car now if you were to sell it in the future, long term, it's really not going to do a whole lot for resale value. So if you're considering getting the red paint, make sure it's something that you want, not your future buyer will want. If you don't like any of the above paint options, then get it wrapped. And that's an idea for another video. But checking in again, have I earned your like and subscribe? Check out my video up here about the 517 mile range car that's coming out. It's an electric car. And let me know in the comments what paint color you are getting, or what paint option you have already, or what option you're going to get in your next car. Stay safe.